Good morning, Greyhounds.
Happy birthday to Elizabeth, visiting in the second grade, Mr. Blair, and Miss Nicole.
Happy birthday over the weekend to Verena in kindergarten, Owen in first grade, and Lenny in fourth grade. Today will be partly cloudy with a high of 64 degrees and a low of 49 degrees. Today is National Kindergartner Day. Be sure to wave to a kindergartner or a kindergarten teacher.
Hi Greenbrier, it's Mrs. Moser here. I'm here today to help celebrate World Autism Awareness Month, and I have brought a special read aloud to share with you guys. It is called Why Is He Doing That? And hopefully after reading this book, it'll help answer some questions that you might have about autism or people with autism. So, like I said, the book is called Why Is He Doing That? By Rachel Queller. Why is he doing that? This is Gerald. Gerald is 8 years old and in the third grade. He likes to wear t-shirts with stripes and he loves his collection of sick bugs. Gerald dreams of pirates on ships and astronauts in space. But sometimes Gerald does things that make people laugh, and people look at him strangely and sometimes ask, why is he doing that? On the first day of third grade, Gerald was very excited to walk to his new school. He carried a big red apple to give to his new teacher. While Gerald waited in front of the school for class, Gerald started to flap his hands in front of his chest. Some of the boys laughed, and some of the girls giggled. One girl asked, why is he doing that? Gerald has autism. Gerald flaps his arms to get rid of all of the energy that he bottles up inside of him. Gerald is different, just like everyone else. One morning, the teacher told Gerald that a fire drill was going to happen after lunch. Gerald quickly covered his ears with his hands. This made it difficult to hold his pencil while covering his ears. One boy asked, why is he doing that? Gerald has autism. Children with autism can't quiet the noise of the bell so that it does not sound so loud. Gerald's brain works differently. The loud noise scares him. Gerald is different, just like everyone else. One day, the class had a substitute teacher. The substitute decided to change the schedule. Gerald became very upset. He began to pound his head with his fist. He even made some funny faces. The children watched and whispered, why is he doing that? Gerald has autism. Children with autism need to follow a routine. Gerald will have to learn how to adapt when the class schedule changes. Sometimes Gerald asks questions. Sometimes he asks the same question too many times. And sometimes the teacher becomes frustrated with all of Gerald's repeated questions. One girl asked, why is he doing that? Gerald has autism. Children with autism need to know what is going to happen next. He needs to hear the answer over and over again. Gerald is different, just like everyone else. At recess time, some of the boys play on the swings. Some of the girls hang on the monkey bars. Gerald would rather not play with the children. Gerald walks around the edge of the basketball court all alone during recess. One boy asked, why is he doing that? Gerald has autism. Gerald has difficulty making friends, playing games, and taking turns. Because of his disability, he has trouble communicating with others. It's important that we all try to include Gerald in our games and playtime. Gerald is different, just like everybody else. Even though Gerald sometimes does weird things, Gerald is very smart. He knows all of the math facts. Gerald likes to answer the problems on the board. And even though Gerald sometimes does some weird things. Gerald is an amazing artist. He likes to paint Frankenstein on the large board. He also likes to draw big insects. Gerald is different, just like everyone else. Even though Gerald sometimes does some weird things, Gerald is fast in dodgeball. Gerald jumps and ducks from balls coming towards him, and he's always the last person in the game. Gerald is different, just like everyone else. Even though Gerald sometimes does weird things, Gerald has a really big heart. He is kind, he says hello to everyone, and he grins a huge smile from ear to ear. Gerald is different, just like everyone else. We are all different in our own unique ways. There is no person just like you. It's important to be kind to one another. We are all different, just like everyone else. The end. All right, that's it for my read aloud. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. That was one of my favorites that I like to share with my family and friends. And just remember, if you guys have any questions about autism or people with autism, you can always ask your teacher, or if you see me in the hallway, you're welcome to stop and ask me some questions. I'll see you guys around Greenbrier. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.
Did you know 1 in 5,000 Atlantic lobsters are born blue? Please join me in a moment of silence.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a fabulous Friday.